Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Last week, you all know we went on a special fishing trip. We had so much fun, as you can tell. I wanted to video all of it, but holding a fishing pole in one hand and a camera in the other don't work. Sooner or later, one of them would have ended up in the water. A tripod didn't work either because when you have a fish hooked, you might back up. You need to walk over to the dock, the side of the dock that the fish is on, and it would have ended up getting knocked over. So I did what I could, but this week it's time to clean those fish. Now at the lake we took out the guts. That preserved the fish until we could actually fillet them. Now if they're too big, you can wrap them up whole in butcher paper and some plastic bags and put them in the freezer and cook them whole. I did that with the fish Hal and I caught a couple of weeks ago. Well, Hal caught. I didn't catch any. But this week, I have the ability to fillet them. And that just means we're going to take off the bones, the skin, and all the stuff that goes with it. And I'm going to teach you how to do it. Now, it's been a couple of years since I've had to fillet a fish. My grandpa taught me when I was little, so I'm a little bit out of practice. But I think I remember how to fillet a fish. I'm going to take you through the steps. I do have a cameraman temporarily, so I'm going to go through that, and then if there's time, I know this is going to be like a super short video, but hey, at least you've learned how to clean a fish, and I promise a little bit longer video next week. To get started, you're going to need a fillet board. Now, a fillet board will have kind of like a clothespin clip on this end. It's nice and long for the fish to sit on. You're going to need a plastic bag. These are illegal in Colorado. You can buy them for 10 cents, but most stores have gotten rid of them. But if you go to Wyoming and you buy groceries, you can get one for free. You need a fillet knife. This is a fillet knife. It's got to have a nice flexible blade because you're going to need to lay this down flat as you go through the fish. And it needs to be really, really sharp. I've sharpened this one. And of course, you're going to need your fish. I think this big one here is mine. I'm going to save it for last. We're going to get one out and I'm going to put the other 3 back in the refrigerator. Let's not get my hands all gooey yet. Okay, so I have a cameraman now. I want to check the top dorsal. There's a reward out for a tagged fish. So we're going to put the fish in the clipboard, and then I usually just cut down. I don't cut through the bone. Try to feel for the bone. And then you want to ride along the backbone. As close to that backbone as you can. This is just kind of where you get a feel for it. That looks about right. Because this fish is so big, I do take a peek under here to make sure that I'm still on track. Alright, now there is a beautiful piece of meat. We'll remove the rib bones here. There's pin bones, I don't know what they're called, but I call them pin bones, through here that we'll need pliers for. Let's finish this boy first, or girl. So we're just going to flip it over and do the exact same thing on the other side. Go down until you feel that backbone, and then I'm going to lift that up so I don't cut through too much of the meat. There we go. Now I've got it. Good sharp knife is a good idea. Cuts better, and you can just kind of see I'm not really putting much effort behind the slicing. The knife is really doing all the slicing. I'm not using any real strength here. Alright, there's fillet number 2. And this will go out to the fishy, or to the chickens, and they will love that, especially the head. Okay. Stick the bones over here. Now we're going to take this big beautiful piece of meat that we just cut, and these are the rib bones, and they're in the connective tissue. This is very tough and bony, so we want to get rid of that, and that's very easy. Your knife just slides right along underneath those bones, and if you lift up slightly, then you're digging out just the bones and not getting the actual flesh of the fish. And this can also be chicken food, not dog food. It's too bony for the doggy. He may not think so. I've got a viewer glued to me over here. All right. Just take that off like that. All right. Oh, there's still a couple bones. I'll clean that up in a minute. Now for these bones, you're going to need a pair of needle nose pliers or forceps. I don't know what happened to the needle nose, so this is a multi-tool, and the best way to debone them is just to put your finger along. When you feel one, reach in and you can pull it out. If you're lucky, sometimes you get 2 or 3 of these at one time. I'm not going to do all of these yet. I'm going to go ahead and take the skin off so you can kind of see how that goes. I like to start from the tail. I've got very hard nails, so I can do stuff most people can't. So to do the tail, I always start at the tail and work my way forward because it's easy to grab the meat. Now there's a little extra piece of tail here that normally I don't get, so it's a little easier for me. So this is where a flexible knife will come in really handy, because you really want to lay down on that blade and get it flat. So as you lift up on the meat, you can see there's very little meat left. It's mostly just the skin there. When I get far enough, I can put the skin into the clipboard, or into the clip. That's how it laughs at me. And then it's just a matter of and I do keep lifting it up again. I just want to check and make sure that I'm just getting the skin off. No extra meat, no extra skin. Sometimes I will cut through the skin. Alright, there we go. And that is how you fillet a fish. There's a little bit of extra meat here, but I don't think Kevin will care. So, now I'll go through, I'll finish removing all of these little tiny bones through here, and then I've got the other side to do. Thank you guys for watching. I thought I'd share our little chokecherry trees here, which are really very pretty. And then right before we went fishing, a couple of nights before, the sky just kind of lit up with all of this lightning. And Colorado has been known as the lightning capital of the U.S. And this is one of the reasons why. I managed to capture this on the cell phone because the other camera just didn't work, and it just went on and on. So I thought I'd share because I found it very pretty and very fascinating. So make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. I want to thank you all for watching. I really do have a wonderful audience for sticking with me for a year. And we will see you next time.